Hello, I'm Dr. Marie Hartwell Walker, and I'm going to talk today about traditions. Traditions is a very old word, but it speaks to a universal concept. Traditions are part of the tie that binds a family together. They tap into a kind of emotional pipeline for all of us. A tradition may be very, very small, like making pancakes every Saturday morning, or it might be very, very big, like Passover for 40 people or an Easter egg roll for the whole neighborhood. What makes a tradition into a tradition is the repetition over time. As one of my friends used to say, when you have little kids, don't do anything twice in a row, or now you're stuck with it. It's a tradition. One of the stories I talk about in my book is a little tree out in our front yard that we used to hang plastic eggs on for Easter. A little bit tacky, I understand that, but it was fun and very colorful. And when you still have snow on the ground, as we often do in New England at Easter time, it's nice to have a little color. Well, one year there was a very big storm, and just after we put the eggs out, and they all blew off the tree and smashed. And so, okay, we won't have Easter eggs on the tree this year. Well, even though at this point my older children were in their middle teens, this was not acceptable. But we always have plastic eggs on the tree. Now, there's a part of me that was just totally amused that kids who were 13 and 14 years old were having a problem with not having tacky little plastic colored Easter eggs on the little tree out front. But part of it just warmed my heart, because what it meant was that there was something about that family activity every year of putting these little eggs on the tree that gave them a sense of who we are as a family and who they are in the world. And I think that's what traditions provide for us. They provide a sense of stability in very hard times. I know of a number of families who've gone through very difficult times with parents who've been ill, or fire, or some sort of tragedy. And what brings the family back together is starting to once again get back into the rhythm of their own family, which means participating in those things that are traditions. They're also the things we celebrate in good times. So in our family, as one of my children just pointed out to me, we have a tradition I didn't even know we had until 10 minutes ago, which is that at Christmas time, the youngest child there opens the first present. And that's part of what makes us us. It's what makes our family different from yours, different from any others. It's a tiny thing. But for the people in that family, it's part of the rhythm and even definition of who we are. Traditions also give us an opportunity to teach values and our family history to our children. If you bring out a special plate at birthdays, say, as I know some people do, the birthday child gets this particular plate and it belonged to grandma at one time. Well, that's an opportunity to talk about grandma, to talk about how this child is or isn't like grandma. It's part of the family story. And that's a very important thing for children to hear, that they're part of something larger than themselves, that there are people who came before who are part of who they are now and absolutely part of the group that loves them. Traditions are also, in the bottom line, one of the most important ways that we can foster family closeness and that we can tend the family heart.